Good afternoon, I'm Wendy Petrie and this is your afternoon news fix for Friday, the 11th of July. Tasman residents who evacuated 2 weeks ago are being asked to do so again now. An emergency mobile alert has gone out and the area is under a red heavy rain warning. A state of emergency is in place in Nelson, Tasman, with emergency operations centres activated. Civil Defence Controller Alec Laverdis told Matt Heath and Tyler Adams the people at highest risk are the ones worst affected by the last round of bad weather.
The worst hit areas last week was multiple valleys within Tasman, so Tapawera, Rewaka, Motueka, and they were all hit. Those places are likely to be hit again.
A group of big energy companies are banding together to explore the option of liquefied natural gas. Claris, Contact Energy, Genesis Energy, Meridian Energy and Mercury have commissioned a report into the possibility of importation to bolster dwindling domestic gas supplies. The report shows it could potentially cost $1 billion in capital investment. Claris Chief Executive Paul Goodeve says the country needs to keep its options open.
As we transition to a lower emission economy, there's a range of fuels that we're going to need to take advantage of. LNG could be one of those fuels.
More than 36,000 hospital nurses, midwives, healthcare assistants, kaimahi haora will strike for 24 hours at the end of the month. Nurses Organisation Chief Executive Paul Galter says they'll walk off the job after the latest Health New Zealand offer failed to address safe staffing concerns. Emily Ansell reports.
Galter claims patients are at risk because staff are stretched too thin. He says they were also offered a wage increase which didn't match the cost of living. The nationwide strike will begin at 9 a.m. on Wednesday, July 30th. Life-preserving services will continue to be provided.
Emotions ran high during today's sentencing of a 14-year-old who fatally stabbed a fellow teenager at a Dunedin bus hub. The teen, whose name is suppressed, stabbed 16-year-old Inare McLaren Tana on Great King Street in May 2024. He was sentenced to 3 years and 3 months for manslaughter. Herald reporter Ben Tomset says in the courtroom there was an outpouring of anger from the victim's family directed at the defendant's family.
Swear words were thrown around and there were some tears heard from the defendant's side of the public gallery.
Belief more international routes are on the way for Christchurch. The Garden City's been a magnet for airlines recently, with Qantas, Singapore Airlines and China Southern all increasing summer capacity. And New Zealand is yet to add any international flights other than Australia, but isn't ruling out the possibility of introducing some. Mayor Phil Major says the city's not relying on the national carrier, as the airport's working hard to get more flights from a range of airlines.
There is some talk about maybe Korean Air. There was some talk about it a couple of years ago. And another, maybe China Eastern as well.
To sport, another injury and forced change for the All Blacks. Simone Narawa has replaced Caleb Clark on the right wing for the second test against France in Wellington. New Zealand's NRL veteran Kieran Foran's calling time on his decorated 17-year pro career at the end of this season. And the former Kiwis Rugby League player and coach David Kidwell will join Jamie Joseph's staff at the Highlanders' next Super Rugby Pacific season. I'm Wendy Petrie. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update tomorrow morning from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.